Internal structure of the earth. So before going to discuss internal structure of the earth, so till today the human beings reached only few kilometers of the deep layers of the earth through mines. In tube wells, the human beings reached nearly 6 kilometers only. So as compared to earth radius, so from surface to earth distance from surface to center, so nearly 6,000 kilometers. So as compared to its 6,000 kilometer, today we reached through tube wells only 6 kilometers, through mines only very few kilometers. So by that, so we didn't have much knowledge about of the interior part of the earth. So even though the scientists are trying to learn, understand about of the interior part of the earth. So the internal structure of the earth made up of three layers. They are crust, the second one is mantle, the third one is core. So let us discuss the crust part. So the crust means the outer layer of the earth is called the crust. So where we are living? We are living on the crust. So the outer part of the earth is the crust. So the crust length is, so it's 100 kilometers from surface to at depth 100 kilometers. So in this crust part, so we can observe various kinds of the rocks. So the second one is mantle. So mantle, it exists from 100 kilometers to 2,900 kilometers. So it exists from depth from 100 kilometers to 2,900 kilometers of the depth. So in this part of the mantle, so we can observe chemicals like silicates. So what we have to observe in the mantle, so the surface of the mantle, the crust float on the surface of the mantle. The crust part float on surface of the mantle. So the next, the core. So the core, it exists from 2,900 kilometers to 6,376 kilometers at the depth of the earth. So in this core system, so the main compounds are dense and heavy substances like iron and nickel. So here the core also can be divided into two sub layers. So they are outer core and inner core. So the outer core starts from 2,900 kilometers to 5,600 kilometers of the depth of the earth. So in this outer core, we can observe liquid metallic material like iron and nickel. And in inner core, it exists from 5,100 kilometers to 6,376 kilometers of the depth of the inside the earth. So here we can observe the solid compounds, so like iron compounds and heavy substances like gold. So this is about of the internal structure of the earth. So by observing this system, so till today the earth is completely active. So here we can observe, so what we are living the crust. So what we are living on the crust. So once upon a time, the crust part was the mantle part. So when through volcanoes, through fisheries on the oceans, it shoots to outer part of the crust and spread on the surface of the crust. Then the crust goes to mantle. The mantle comes to form on the surface of the earth and it becomes the crust. So here the crust may change to mantle may change to crust. So this process was going on in earth system. So by observing all that, so the total entire volume of the earth, the crust part is only 1%. Mantle part is 16% and core part is 83%. So the entire volume of the earth, the crust part is 1%, mantle part is 16%, core part is 83%. So earth is still active. So sometimes we may observe through volcanoes, the mantle comes upside and form on the surface of the earth. So later it gets into cool and form as a new crust. The old crust goes to deeper layer and it becomes mantle. This process is going on till today. So that's why the earth is still active position. Movements of the crust. So we know that. So in our entire life, so if we observe the earth shape is, the continent shapes are fixed. So even if you ask your father, if you ask your grandfather or grandmother, they also say the same answer. So the earth, so what we are looking, the different kinds of the continents are fixed, oceans are fixed. But the lifespan of the earth history 4.5 billion years. So in that we may observe several changes. So in that, so these continents have moved, collided, merged, and then been torn apart again. So these are moved. These continents moved each other and collide and merged. Again, those are torn. So this process was going on. So in the same way, the mountains were also raised and mountains also raised on the floor. At the same time, the oceans were also formed and oceans were also dried up. So these situations have been going on in our earth, but in our time, so we may not be observe all this because it takes very millions and millions years of the time to change of this process. So in early 20th century, so one of the meteorologist, geologist, so Alfred Wegener, so he tried to describe the movement of the earth, changes of the earth. So he proposed one of the theory. That theory is called the continental drift. So according to his continental drift, so here, so the entire earth was in a massive supercontinent. A massive supercontinent. So it was also called Pangaea. It was also called Pangaea. So in Greek language, the meaning of the Pangaea is a large land, a whole of the land. So according to his theory, the entire earth is only one of the land. So that is a massive supercontinent. So it is also called Pangaea. So in this supercontinent, slowly breaking into several pieces, and moved each other and collide, merged. This process was continuously going on. So it is completely hypothetical. It is completely hypothetical. So he tried to express more near facts about of the movements of the earth crust. So according to his, the entire land mass, so breaking into two main parts, that is Laurasia or Angara land. Laurasia or Angara land. In Laurasia and Angara land, so we can observe North America, Greenland, and all of Eurasia, north of Indian subcontinent. So these are in the presence of the Laurasia or Angara land. The second one is Gondwana land. In this Gondwana land, South America continent, Africa, Madagascar, India, Arabia, Malaysia, East Indies, Australia, Antarctica. So these all are in presence of the Gondwana land. So in between these two large lands, so we can observe a long shallow inland sea. It was called the Tethys Sea. It was called the Tethys Sea. So it is separated by the Tethys Sea. These two large lands separated by the one of the sea. That sea was famously known as the Tethys Sea. So it is about of the movements of the crust. So this expressed by the one of the famous meteorologist Alfred Wegener. So he proposed the continental drift theory.